Sharon J.
I did not tell Mr. Hatch, but I'll tell you and everybody else that speaks, our automatic machine is not there, so when you get to 3 minutes, I'm going to tell you you have 15 more seconds. Okay, thanks.
Members of the City Council, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this opportunity to speak to you. My name is Sharon Jones-Hill. I have lived in Richmond since 1969 when I arrived here to teach the history of art at VCU. I'm now retired, and for most of this time I've lived within 2 blocks of Byrd Park. However, I come to you this evening as a representative of the Friends of William Byrd Park, a community group dedicated to preserve, protect, restore, improve, and encourage the responsible enjoyment of the park. Our group has officers, bylaws, and so forth, and is open to the public. Recently, some of us have been working to acquire status as a historic site. Every year we prune and groom and plant new trees in the Vita course. We have worked closely with J.R. Pope on a number of projects. 2 of us have served on his advisory board. In spite of this, we were left in the dark like everyone else concerning the rope course in Byrd Park. And I want to say I appreciated that the mayor withdrew this from the planning commission so we would have time to learn about it. Essentially, the rope course consists of platforms high on the trees which connect to rope walkways, rope swings, and nets in which one can fall, and zip lines, or ropes into which one is harnessed so that you can fly through the woods. The group is British-based and has already a course called Go Ape in Rock Creek Park, Maryland. It would charge $55 for an adult and $35 for a child. Before elaboration, let me tell you what you now have. The area into which Go Ape is intended to be placed. You have to imagine, on top of a hill, maybe 75 to 100 feet above the road, with an area that skirts all around it, is a contiguous natural habitat of maybe 4 to 5 acres. There's a virgin spring which courses through it. It is the original, unchanged environment. The area is a habitat, a natural sanctuary for many different species of native plants, birds, and animals. I have personally seen owls, pileated woodpeckers, and various species of hawks. Warblers, finches, wrens sing throughout it, especially in the small meadow just at its peak. There is nothing like it anywhere in the city, north of the James. Other wooded areas are narrow strips along the railroad tracks along the river. Bryan Park is mostly open, and the areas around the trees have been cleared. This piece of land in Byrd Park is unique. Every other part of the park is being used for something else.
Just so you've got 15 more seconds.
All right, Mr. Jewell, you have been a prince in helping the Friends of Byrd Park restore this collapsing stonework around the Carillon, on the Gillette Terrace, the walkway, and the stone bridge. Please be our champion here. Help us with this ill-considered project. We want it to just go away. Please don't let this come before City Council again. Let it stop now. It is a poorly considered, stupid project that would allow an out-of-town private business to damage our public park in order to give a thrill ride to a few privileged people. Thank you.
Ms.
Madam President,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to just make mention of the fact that I thank Ms. Hill and those coming down here. After our formal meeting this afternoon, Dr. Carolyn Graham indicated that she wants to meet with a group of citizens who are affected by this on this coming Friday. Time and place to be announced. We'll get that information to you and others. Federal Judge Robert Payne has been weighing in on this matter because he too lives over there. There are a lot of residents who are over there who are concerned about this, and they got sort of sidewinded upside the head with no knowledge that it was coming. And so we hope to have the small group to discuss it this coming Friday, and a second meeting where we will open it to the public to see if we can, and have the manufacturer here who will give a presentation on the project. So that's the plan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Debbie Flippen.
My name is Debbie Flippen. I live at 1400 Pump House Drive. Zip lines are the latest bungee jumping trend, with already over 110 facilities in the United States. 1 month ago, the city announced in the media that Richmond was in the approval stage for a zip line rope course to be built in Byrd Park in December. No information about the project had been previously provided to the public. We immediately contacted the mayor's office. The project was pulled from the Planning Commission agenda. There has been no public meeting, and our requests for information have been unanswered. We are concerned that the city may be working on the final details for the project, to be followed by an expedited approval process. Some city officials want to change the last remaining passive natural area in Byrd Park by allowing a private company to build an amusement playground with zip lines and Tarzan swings. There is much guidance in Richmond's master plan dealing with protecting environmentally sensitive areas. The guidance focuses on protection of wildlife habitats and wilderness areas from inappropriate development. We believe that city officials are pursuing a commercial project that is inappropriate for Byrd Park. The development company that the city is dealing with is Adventure Forest LLC, which is a U.S. company set up by the British company Go Ape. Go Ape charges $55 for adults and $35 for children to go through its course in Maryland. Many Richmond citizens cannot justify spending this much money to swing through the trees. Zipline profits, if any, will give way to deteriorating roads and rising liability insurance costs, and the playground will eventually shut down. However, the initial removal of trees and lower branches for road paths and clearing of ground cover for landing areas will cause permanent damage to the natural habitat that now exists for animals and birds. We have already collected over 140 signatures from neighbors and concerned citizens who do not want a zip line rope course in Byrd Park. We are requesting that our city leaders stop the Go Ape project now.
Thank you.
Mr. William Daughtrey.
My name is William Daughtrey. I'm a resident of Kanawha Trace, and 65 of the residents there in Kanawha Trace have expressed by their signatures opposition to the proposed Go Ape course. I am here as a resident of Kanawha Trace to protest the development and proposed location of the Go Ape course in the heart of Byrd Park, which is only, as you know, 60 acres. The proposed 10-acre course would be a first in an urban area, and would consume a disproportionately large portion of a comparatively small wooded space within the park. Our most obvious concerns, as expressed by the previous speakers, include the ecological threats posed to the wooded spaces now inhabited by a variety of birds and animals, including 2 pairs of bald eagles with nests adjacent to the southern edge of the proposed course. It appears that a race course at Byrd Park would dramatically oppose the city's master plan, which strongly emphasizes the need for additional parks and serene green spaces in the city, and the mayor's plan to make the city more bike and hiker friendly. Byrd Park, as we understand it, is zoned R2 residential, based on the concept that parks are intended to fit into the neighborhoods nearby. These are established neighborhoods within a few hundred yards of the proposed race course, an addition which would not fit into the neighborhood. Go Ape's courses in other locations, as stated information online, are located with large forest settings. Rock Creek Regional Park, the only Go Ape site in the U.S., is over 6 times the area of Byrd Park. An article in the Sunday Richmond Times-Dispatch on 10/31 stated in part that you step off of the high platform and yell loudly enough to echo through the surrounding canyons. The noise and commotion emanating from the race course would be continuous, pervasive, and inescapable by humans and wildlife residing or passing through any area within the vicinity of the course. Those noise would disturb public events that are routinely conducted in and near the Carillon: weddings, memorial ceremonies, children's theater, bell concerts, the dog and dell events, and other venues which require a level of serenity in the areas surrounding the park.
Give it a 15 more seconds, Mr. Chairman.
The noise, traffic, and congestion generated by a race course would disrupt long-established neighborhoods. We feel strongly that city officials who are proposing this project need to reconsider and leave the park as it is. Thank you.